For our yellow team, starting us off, we have Han Solo, number 12. Number 18, Cherry Noble. 41, Eric Condo. 80 proof, Whiskey Shot. Number 130, Carnage Asada.
Yeah!
301, Tucker Punch. 313, Liquor Coffee. 514, Chewbacca. 614, Goldie Gutter. And we have 3 shout-outs on the eggs tonight. First, we have number 202, T-Rex, who is egg captain for the evening. We have number 369, Frankenstein, who is the Eggs' bench coach. And seeing her first ever bout is number 8008, Young Mother.
I love that we haven't seen your mother in the house. They showed up early to get front seats. All right, let's meet the Rabbits in gray. Number 29, Big Ass. Number 87, Oh Dead Star. Number 113, Voodoo Brawl.
Yeah!
Number 321, Ginger Snaps. Number 333 is Violet Venom. Number 419, Banana Splits. Number 831, Snack and Decker. Number 1057, Oopsie Daisy. Number 1942, Bandy's Revenge. Their captain, number 1138, Barbie Fett. And skating in his first bout, number 747, Poison Iris.
Let's go, Iris!
Those are your skaters. And now, oh sorry, the new bench coach is Hurricane Twilight. Those are your skaters. Now we are going to get set up for road derby. We're actually going to get everyone sorted. Team captains and bench coaches are going to get their team sorted.
Friend? Yeah, of course. As we do here. No dirty. That's for the afterwards.
Barbie Fett. T-Rex in yellow for the eggs. Barbie Fett with the amazing little costume there for the Rabbits in gray. All right, so those are the 2 jammers, T-Rex and Barbie Fett. Their goal is to get through the pack. T-Rex, lead jammer for the eggs in yellow. T-Rex, having that lead jammer status, has 2 opportunities. 1, she's more likely to score because she's in front. 2, she controls the first ball. The lead jammer decides how long this jam goes. Why? Because if you have that other jammer coming flying in behind you, you can score points and then call off the jam, then those points from being scored. Right now, T-Rex has that lead jammer position unchallenged, so she just take a lap after lap, see how many points you can get for the eggs. Excellent defense so far behind the eggs. It's kind of Barbie Fett. Barbie Fett doing the object snap through that wall, but not quite coming together. T-Rex scored the points and decided to follow it up. So T-Rex not only was able to make lap after lap after there, but she also passed the other team's jammer, and that's a grand slam. You get the 4 points to the blockers for that 5th bonus point for passing the other team's jammer.
Let's go, Venom!
And in this, we have Cherry Noble for the eggs and Violet Venom for the rabbits. To be able to distinguish who the jammers are versus the blockers is that each of them have a star on their helmet. That is how both us as leaders and the blockers can see who the jammer is versus other blockers. And Cherry takes position of lead jammer. That means she is in control of the jam and can stop the jam at any point she decides to. But the Ducky Venom is unable to score any points. She just has to pass all 4 egg blockers a second time. The first time a jammer breaks through the path does not score any points. That is a student established as lead jammer. The second path through the group of blockers is how they score their points. Both teams are putting up a very strong defense to stop either jammer from breaking through the path. And that is the end of the jam. Yeah. So then, when you're unable to break through, break past the 4 egg blockers, it means the Rabbits did not score any points. Cherry did though, but that doesn't work. If you see, she is only sitting in the penalty box. We have 2 egg seeders in the penalty box. I mean, the eggs are going to be down 2 seeders, and Rabbits have something we like to call a power jam.
14 eggs going into this next jam, 0 for the Rabbits. But we're going to take a timeout. It looks like perhaps we can challenge this power jam. So maybe we won't have a power jam, but I'll explain it anyway. A power jam is when you lose your point score. Roller derby is kind of an amazing game when it comes to strategy, because most games you can only score or they can score. You can't both score at the same time. In roller derby, because you usually both have a jammer out there, either you can score at any time for most of the game, an example. But during the power jam, the game gets very simple. You got all offense or all defense. The penalty holds. Unfortunately, Jerry Noble, she's our first unlucky jammer to be stuck in that penalty box. But he got the Carmen Posada, meaning only the Rabbits can score in this jam. It's a Rabbits power jam. Voodoo Draw is the only one who can score in this jam. Rabbits in gray, fellow amazing announcer points out that the Rabbits are down 1 blocker as well. What does that matter? Well, when there's fewer skaters on the track, jammers tend to do better. Even your own skaters are more people in the way that you have to find your way around. So you tend to see higher scoring power jams when you have a lighter track like you have right now. However, when you lose your own teammate, obviously you lose some opportunities. Normally, you're going to try to play offense when you're on a power jam. Voodoo Brawl might be looking for a team to get out there and, let's say, sweep everyone to the outside, to the inside. Do a cross block where you send everyone up the middle and you split, kind of cross, trying to tell them to throw everyone out. When you lose a block, you use some of that opportunity to make that play happen. An excellent power jam. It looks like the main strategy of the egg set, who were playing defense, was to just run away from the power jam, and for the most part, that worked. 3 points scored in that power jam. Overall, that is excellent defense for that power jam.
And in this jam, we have Egg Combat versus Uzi Baby. So no team got any penalties that jam, and each team has all 5 sailors on the track. And it looks like Egg Combat just stole from Uzi Baby. They were neck and neck there, but Egg Combat did a slip past the danger and split the jammer from her. We put something you could call a jammer fight, as 2 jammers are neck and neck like that, and Egg Combat broke through the pack. For the second time, that Rashida scored 5 points in that grand slam, she should also pass Oopsie Daisy. Both skaters We're past all four skaters on the opposite team, but both teams 4 points there.
Both jammers were struggling to call that out, so in this version of roller derby, we've been in the different rules that some people do. In this version of roller derby, lead jammers can be stolen. So yes, you can call the jammer to jammer, but if at any point you stop being lead jammer, you can't call it at the same point. Both of those jammers kind of stop and start calling it out. And that stopping caused them to lose lead jammer, so don't call it out for a little bit. It is currently 24 eggs, 10 for the Rabbits in gray. Nice round numbers out there. Gary Noble versus Big Ass. Big Ass takes lead jammer for the Rabbits in gray. This is a huge opportunity to score right now for the Rabbits. It's exactly what the Rabbits need there now. So remember, the Rabbits with that lead jammer status, they not only have the opportunity to score, they have the opportunity to control the play clock, and there it is. So it's not Big Ass bringing those hands up to the head, down to the hip, up to the head, down to the hip. That move is the call off. That's how you tell the jam reps, you know what? Cut the game clock and stop it right here. That way, I score my point, then I'm scoring 1 point for the Rabbits in that very close to tie. Jam for the Rabbits. Nice success for them, 20-11.
So for this stand, it looks like the Rabbits have 1 corner in the penalty box, but both teams have both jammers out, and it looks like we have T-Rex on Egg Scramblers and Violet Venom for the Rabbits, and Rex quickly takes the position of lead jammer. So the Rabbits are down a block for this stand, which means that it is a bit easier for Rex to score points. But Sam, does that mean T-Rex can only score 4 points because the Rabbits are down a jammer? No. No. She is still able to score 5 points. Just because the other team is down a blocker does not mean they can score points. And the Rabbits just pulled a move and just now Bambi's revenge as the jammer for the Rabbits. So, at each team there is a blocker that has a stripe down their helmet. That is a position called the pivot, where at any point in the jam, a jammer can take the star off of their helmet and hand it to the pivot. The pivot then must put the star on their helmet. Only then does it count for them to become the jammer. It is not a move pulled very often because the pivot has to fully put the star on their helmet for it to count. But
corner of the classroom. You're right now. And it's Poison Ivy to search something about. Woo! That's fantastic. Oh no, I'm sorry. Voodoo Brawl is standing for the Rabbits in gray, and Eric Nanda is sitting in yellow for the eggs. Eric Nanda takes lead yellow for the eggs. A tough ball there by backing through the entire pack. You might be noticing, hey, the action is pretty tight here. People pretty much stay together and have to keep fighting it out. What's with that? Yeah, that's the pack. That's that thing I was talking about before. You just heard the pack rats yell, split pack. That means the skaters got too far apart. We want roller derby to be exciting, so we make them keep on coming back together to fight it out. They can't just spread out across the track. They got to stay within 5 feet of each other at the center, and there's 45 feet total, 20 feet in either direction from that center point. So you've always got to have at least one sort of team within 5 feet of each other so you can see some action out there. And if they start to skate away, that can result in split packs, out of play, other penalties to try and keep the action going.
So if you notice, Egg Scramblers have sort of jammed in the penalty box, and the Rabbits have a power jam. Oopsie Daisy is the only jammer on the track right now, which is the Eggs have to put all their power and effort into defending. So break it through the path once, and with any blocker she passes on the Eggs team is a point for the Rabbits. You can see that the path is slowed down right now. It's still control from the one team to ensure that their jammer can pass up. But it is a little bit more difficult for the jammer to break through the path. So the speed is everything here. The Rabbits are using something called a strike defense, where they have one skater facing backwards and two facing forward to inhibit some of the Eggs blockers from blocking their jammer from passing. At the end of the jam,
Good job, MC!
That looks like 10 points to the Rabbits, so we are 21-23. Eggs have one blocker in the penalty box and no one else.
Oops, Daisy, ball on to deliver for that power jam, and boy, Daisy did. That was a huge power jam. For the Rabbits, laid it down by quite a bit there. Now just a 7-point difference in this game.
Let's go, Buddha!
Their gamers out now. Anybody that can score. Cherry Noble skating in yellow for the Eggs, but Doo-Doo takes lead in gray for the Rabbits. A fake pass helped Cherry Noble get out of there earlier. My amazing cohort here explained to you what a pass is. Well, a fake pass is even better than that, because a pass you can only do once. A fake pass, you can do it all night if you want. Fake pass looks like this. Jammer takes their star off the helmet, looks to hit it, for the pass, goes to Henderson, then goes up, everyone's staring at them and trying to hit them. Now, take it back, put it back on, and keep them. That move works real good. A little direction is all it takes sometimes to get out of the back and sprint right away. To take it off after that, but
Good job, Udo!
Set up in the store, and Booty said, and not have it. Jam comes from there.
But Sally, can the Jammers score any points when the star is not on their helmet? What a great question.
That is a great question. Make it up. You must have the star on your helmet, and sometimes you'll actually be so lucky about it and make sure that
You see me!
if it's like
I
put
get it.
on wrong, where it's like facing everyone
I know,
on front
I
instead
know.
of on the side, sometimes
They've
it won't
forgotten
be
about
right.
you.
But usually our right
Out
is
here.
to the very end. But you can't have it all.
How is it
So
only...
we have everyone, if we maxed out the penalty box, there were no other skaters able to go into the penalty boxes that game. So Eggs had 2 blockers, Rabbits have 3. There's Rabbits, Jammer, and it is
Let's go, Barbie!
for Barbie Fed. Rabbits is captain. She breaks through the 2 blockers even. Establishing herself as an obvious jammer. Since there are only 2 blockers on the Eggs team at the moment, that means each blocker counts. The first blocker counts for 2 points and the second for 3 points. So she should still be able to get the 5.
Let's go, Barbie!
If she has all 4 blockers and the jammer in a normally full game.
Good job, Barbie!
On the track at the moment. It's quite easy for Barbie to break through the path, but that doesn't mean it's still going to be easy for her. Her blockers have to hold back the Egg blockers for her to pass with ease.
Let's go, Barbie!
Hold it up nice and strong, and that is the end of that jam. Let's see how many points the Rabbits scored in that amazing power jam.
So what Strawberry was explaining there is during the power jam, there's a couple of styles of defense. One style,
Let's go. I like it. More even.
Less obvious style is to run away. you only score points when you pass members of the other team. So if the members of the other team just run away from you, you never get the chance to pass them. But remember, you have to stay within 5 feet of the other team, and that's where the other team kind of gets you. They'll basically just hold back, see you run away, and then point out for the rest, you run away, and that's not allowed. The Rabbits have taken the lead in this game with a Legion with that last power game. 35-32, Rabbits up. Just like that, this is the game again. Yellow in yellow. If you're ever waiting for me or Strawberry to tell you who the lead gamer is, and like, who the heck is it? 2 ways to know. 1, look on the scoreboard, whoever's flashing the red, that's the lead gamer. Or 2, look for the camera pointing to the side and pointing at someone. They will only ever point at one person, and that is the lead gamer. You saw Kylo 10 pointing at 0. And she perfectly executed that. Jim. Stealing points back for the Eggs. Remember, it was 35-32. Going into this quarter break, the Eggs take it back. Oh, it's a big one. So, when we last left our heroes, it was pretty amazing. The Rabbits took the lead for the first time in the game. The Eggs immediately stole that lead right back. We had, I believe it was 35-32 Rabbits. Then just like that, again, the Eggs were able to take it back 41-35. But now, T-Rex has a penalty, meaning only the Rabbits can score in this game as the Rabbits go! Huge opportunity to score right now for the Rabbits, who have been down most of the game, but not all of the game. And now they're the only ones who can score, specifically Big Al. Big Al breaks away and opens up the opportunity to score. Remember that initial fight for the half is just to establish the ability to score. Until then, you're not scoring any points. So now, every member of the other team that Big Al passes scores 1 point. Now, you might want, how many points per lap then? Is it 4? I see 4 skaters. Well, like Strawberry said earlier, you don't get penalized for the other team's penalties. So, the fact that there's a skater in the box means you get a free point when you pass the first member of the other team. So first you get 2 points on passing that first one, then it continues to run up until you get 5 points per lap. A huge power game for the Rabbits, but also great defense by the Eggs. And I want to point out that the Eggs were also kind of trapped a little bit by an excellent Rabbits offense who were just kind of holding back with those pass rules I talked about earlier. So within 5 feet. 41-39, Rabbits didn't quite take the lead back.
Each team has 1 blocker in the penalty box. So each team is down a blocker, so there's only 3 blockers and a gem each team. And jamming for the first time, it's Iris! Versus Eric Honda. Eric Honda has taken the position of lead jammer, but Iris is right on her tail. And a little sneaky tail. Eric will quickly end the jam as you see the Iris catching up to her. Iris unable to pass any of the edge that jam, but Eric Honda looks like she made it through all 3 Rabbit blockers. And as Callie said earlier, the first skater from the other team that the jammer passes when they're shoving through the shortest skater counts as 2 points. And it looks like once again we have a Rabbit power game.
Let's go, Voodoo!
The jammers are getting a lot of penalties tonight.
Both jammers initially lining up the backwards ready for everyone to see that 14 penalties ruined that plan. But I have to give it to both teams. They're doing a great job of rolling with the penalties. Sometimes when you find out you lost your jammer, everything becomes a kerfluffle and a whole mess. All right, Eric Honda, I'm not sure what the penalty was. I think the one says on from the refs a little more, but he is in the penalty box. meaning only Voodoo Bro can score in this jam, making it a Rabbid go! Huge opportunity for the Rabbid.
Good job, Voodoo!
39, but not for long. Voodoo is not only one of the fastest skaters on the track, he knows this track very well. It may not seem that important to know how this track works. Ooh, a tough ball. Alright, it looks like everyone's okay. That was a good ball. It may not seem like much to know this track, but actually it's not as more than you guess. Being able to know when you need to dig in your skate in order to get a little more turn and skate at speed, knowing how fast you can come into a turn without just flying right into the crowd, all those little nuances can really change the game. Unfortunately, the Voodoo Bro not only lost time on that ball, but unfortunately took a penalty as well. Probably will take you through what that means.
So for the first time in the night, we have an Egg Scramblers Power Jam. Eggs do have... Since Eggs are down at blocker, they're having to strategic in how they place all three of the blockers to stop all four Rabbid blockers from hitting each other.
Let's go, Sherry!
Rabbits are having a very strong defensive night. And we now officially have a jammer pass. Han Solo is now the jammer for the Egg Scramblers. Carrying pass off the start on her hybrid over to Han. She has broken past the pass now, which is something Sarah wasn't necessarily able to accomplish, but that's not the she is not a great jammer. And it looks like the Egg Scramblers were able to score I believe it was score last year. I don't think the Egg Scramblers were able to score any points during that power jam. So that is okay. They are still in the lead by 2 points here.
That's me.
43-45 Egg Scramblers.
That's T, that's me.
By the Rabbits, very impressive defense by the Rabbits.
Let's go, Oopsie Daisy!
30 points. So holding it to 0 is a huge deal. That is an amazing job by the Rabbits. They should be patting themselves on the back for that. Now we have 2 penalties for that. 2 of the biggest hitters on the track serving a penalty there. And that is going to free up the track just a little bit for these jammers. Eric Honda takes the lead jammer for those Egg Scramblers. Oopsie Daisy dealing with some awesome defense from Liquid Posse. However, Liquid Posse goes out with Oopsie Daisy as knocks her out, and that is why Oopsie Daisy is going to lead right back onto the track. We had some great questions earlier about how cut tracks work. I love the detail all over the fans here. So the reason Oopsie Daisy is able to just jump right back in without a cut track is because Liquid Posse is left with her. If the skater that picks you out leads with you, you don't need to get back in behind them. If they were able to stay upright and down when they hit you out, then you've got to come to the side, come back around, and get it behind them. And all that loss of momentum, all that extra energy, and up to figure out who it even was that hit you so hard, that can really hurt the morale of a jammer, take the energy out of them. So when that skater comes and knocks you out and goes out with you, it can be such a relief. Oh, I don't have to go find somebody, I can just jump back in, keep my momentum, keep on going.
Let's do the pivot. Can the pivot pass the star back to the jammer? The answer is no. Once the pivot receives the star and puts it on their helmet, that makes them the jammer for the rest of that jammer.
There are versions of roller derby that have been considered and some even play where there are more passes available. There's a version where anybody can pass to anybody at any time. There's even a version where you can virtually pass, which I don't understand at all. It seems impossible to play.
Let's go, Voodoo!
So in this game, we have Voodoo Brawl for the Rabbits with the lead jammer versus T-Rex. Rabbits have 2 blockers in the penalty box. Eggs have 1, which means it is a 2. And Rabbits quickly end that jam as you saw it. Voodoo saw that T-Rex was quickly gaining on her and she wanted to stop Eggs from scoring too many or even any points. As they want to keep that, they want to shorten that
Good
lead
job,
as much
Voodoo!
as possible. So we're at 47-49 for the official score.
Shit.
All right.
That's
Looks
close.
like that bounce box is good to
That's
go.
close.
And just that one skater there serving it out for the Rabbits. I think it carried over the egg scrambler just a little bit of an edge over Oopsie Daisy with the Rabbits. And yeah, just to explain that pass a little bit more, that's how I was saying that.
Let's go, Terry!
Pass. Because just doing a regular pass, you can only do it once, and everyone's like, well, it's over. Now the pass is off the table. But a fake pass, you can do 100 times. And a few people guessing for heaven. Jerry Noble takes a hard hit, jukes her way through that crowd, and down. Oh, yeah, egg scramblers. Oopsie Daisy finds a one-on-one situation, but excellently cycled by the egg scramblers to prevent Oopsie Daisy from getting out. What is recycling? That's when you see that there's 4 skaters way out there in front trying to deal with a one-on-one situation, trying to block that jammer, and you race up to the front of the pack and surround that jammer. Now all of a sudden they've got to deal with the whole team instead of one person. Jerry Noble will score and got a grand slam. That's when you get that 5th bonus point for lapping the other team's jammer. Tough situation for the Rabbits. Huge opportunity for the Eggs. This was just a 2-point jam. Rabbits very wisely.
Let's go, Jerry!
That's a perfect pass. You were watching carefully. That's how you do it right there. You basically get past the entire pack with your arm.
Aw, Barbie's
and off of
ears.
that other blocker.
That's what's up, baby.
They kind of strike on the line, they cover it up with that star, they become the jammer. That's exactly how you do it. Get that jammer out. And that puts pressure on the other team to call it off. That's the way that you can kind of play defensive offense and roll over it. Love that way that there's so much strategy in this game.
So at the start of we have 47 Rabbit Rabbits, 58 Egg Scramblers, and we have Barbie Beck for the Rabbits and Eric Honda for the Egg Scramblers. And Eric
Let's go, Barbie!
Each team has 1 blocker in the penalty box, which makes it an even playing field. Which also means the first skater that the jammer passes would count as 2 points.
Arms out!
Barbie quickly took position of lead jammer from Eric Honda and quickly ended the jam to stop Eric Honda from possibly scoring any points.
Grabbed her, right?
Tough ball.
Yeah, okay, I was like, I saw her shirt. That's not her teammate. Yeah. Okay.
Scramblers have been jammed in the penalty box, which means there's another Rabbit power play.
Let's go!
For the Rabbits, and not only did they
Let's go, Barbie! Bambi!
they got themselves a power game. Rabbits are down 58-50, but Bambi win.
Let's go, Bambi!
Yeah. As a reminder, normally this game, this is play offense and defense at the same time. The strategic thinking for that is harder than it looks, especially when there's so many burly skaters looking to smash you up.
Let's go, Bambi!
The power jam team and all defense for, in this case, the Egg Scramblers. And so far, Bambi's revenge has done it. Gotten out and established the opportunity to score. Meanwhile, those Scramblers that have all 4 blockers, the one thing that they are not doing is staying together. The Rabbits are doing a great job of breaking up.
Let's go, Bambi!
It's very much like a ninja movie. Whenever a ninja comes in one at a time, you're going to easily defeat them. You know how this movie ends. The good guy wins. But if they all get together, they have no chance. Nothing happens in a ninja movie, but in great power jam defense, you've got to get together.
Good job, Bambi!
Rabbits score in this power jam.
That was a strong showing from our very own Bambi's Revenge. If you didn't know, Bambi is our team's president chair. So I wanted to chair of our promotion promo committee. So she handles all of our social media and outward events. She is an amazing person to be with and be friends with on this team. But she is certainly super good at passing off. Her team is an egg scramblers. Oh, yeah. And this will be a fair combo for the egg scramblers. Send egg down one blocker though. So it's up to the 3 blockers.
Let's go, Rex!
To ensure that their jammer can score as many points as possible. As you know, the Rabbid have been a strong defense all night. So it is tough for some for these power games for the eggs to score in the egg power game. The eggs were unable to score any points from the Rabbid's strong defense. We have an excellent tripod defense by the Rabbid there. T-Rex is able to break through the tripod as one block skating backwards and 2 skating forwards, creating triangle position. They were in a strong defensive position for a blocker to take as we rely and have the sturdiness of their fellow teammates so they stop a blocker from breaking through. And they have the mobility of being able to break apart and create a line whenever needed. And that is the end of that jam, and Eric Hunter was never able to break through the path of all 4 Rabbid blockers, which resulted in another egg scrambler's unsuccessful power jam.
Damn.
Score right now is 55-58. Egg scramblers are still in the lead, but it is again anyone's game at the moment. Each jam, the Rabbids are closing that gap quicker and quicker.
So you're only allowed to have a total of 7 penalties, anything considered. You're only allowed to have a max of 7 penalties for any given skater in a game. One thing that happens sometimes in roller is you get a power jam, I get a power jam, you get a power jam, and you can just say more and more wild until we just start penaltying out. So what will happen is like we just have the back power jams there, is you'll see the coaches be like, guys, get it together. Calm down. Everyone just take a breather, take it easy. Let a little more discipline, a little bit. So we've done it. We broke out of the cycle of back-to-back power jams, which also means we're going to keep the skaters on the track for a little bit longer before they penalty out for good for the entire night. Again, it's just 7 penalties. It's easy to get there, especially if everyone's running on the power jam. There it down, sailing through the pack like a hot knife through butter. Excellent use of the lead. Sure, she committed a penalty, but why not do it in the sky? Take it easy, kick back, enjoy the penalty. For 3 minutes, it's relaxation. 68 eggs, 55 dollars going to this jam. Voodoo Girl versus Jerry Nibble. Voodoo Girl and Jerry Nibble both almost equal in the way they come out of that stance there, but Voodoo Girl finds it to the middle and fires through that gap. Very impressive, basically uncut. Establishing a lead jammer for the Rabbids. Perfect opportunity for the Rabbids to score Apex run. But excellent defense from your mother of all people. Your mother, I think, just turned that jam into a 0-point jam that could have easily been a 4-point jam with some excellent Apex jump defense.
That I got. That you were in.
Bob Evans. Very awesome to be able to stop an Apex jump. That is an advanced maneuver.
So for this stand, we have Poison Iris versus Chewbacca. So it looks like we are maybe having a brief intermission. So we have the 2 blocker. We have the only jammer on the track. Edward down one blocker. Rabbid down the blocker and their jammer. And as we stated a couple of times, just because the Rabbits are down 2 skaters without any shooting can only score 3 points. The first skater to passes has 2 points. And then the second skater also 2 points. She broke through the pack though for a second time, but since she has scored all 5 points needed, that counts as a power win. It's a grand slam. The Rabbits, despite being down a block and a win, are still holding up a strong defense, trying to every night with stop to block that can score any more points in this power game, and letting the Scramblers make their lead any bigger. And after that strong showing by Chewbacca, our score is now 55-78 Scramblers. So the Rabbits have a bit more work to do to shorten that lead, but that means the game is over.
Let's go, Iris!
Boys and Irish out there doing once again. This is very Conda, for the Boys and Irish for the Rabbits in gray. We're just taking a moment here to resolve penalties. Oh, Rabbits really put the work in there for that last jam. They're filling out their side of the penalty box. A quick note on something that most detail-oriented observers will notice.
Let's go, Iris!
Boys and Irish found that better do a floor fight. So I don't announce those right away because if someone wants to be sneaky, like in Air Thomas case, I don't want to get that effect. It's fun to have a lot to be sneaky, but Boys and Irish realized, I think I look pretty fun. And called it out within a second of when it was last week, and so very well done. No points, but it's fun to watch and battle it out.
So we have Barbie Bet for Rabbit versus Cherry Noble on eggs. Both teams have a strong damage right now. And Cherry Noble takes position of lead jammer. Neither team has any skaters in the penalty box, with the exception of all 5 skaters on the track. So this is going to be a game of defense versus offense. Both jammers are relatively even playing field. And Terry breaks to the pack and quickly ends the jam to ensure that Barbie does not score any points. A strong showing on Terry's part. And that jam puts the Scramblers at a lead of, I know how to do that.
The whiteboard is where we write our penalties. Misdemeanor is holding up 2 penalties. One of them, unfortunately, has a star next to it.
Let's go, Venom!
So we have 55 Rabbid versus 88 Scramblers, but we do have a team time out.
Let's go, Snaps!
Thank you for that guess. Out from our awesome guest kid out there in the crowd. Only Junior Snaps can score in this game. The Rabbits in gray had an excellent opportunity to score an excellent 88 to 55 score along the double digits of the simplicity and that. Junior Snaps gets through a second opportunity to score. That's exactly what the Rabbits need right now. Now meanwhile, in the pack, the goal of the eggs is to run away. The goal of the Rabbits is to pull back. They held what's called a goat. A goat is a strategy where you grab one skater from the other team and pull them back. Why? Because remember, I told you earlier, you've got to keep a skater within 5 feet. Well, if you just hold one skater back with your entire team, the entire rest of that team can't run away anymore. They have to stick around and stuck there while the goat tries to fight their way out. So, Watch the Rabbits go to trying to hold their skaters back.
Was that an A?
Good job. But
Oh, what's S?
Run away a fair bit from that. Limiting the score. Nonetheless, the Rabbits are close up just a little bit going into this next regular jam.
And we have 3 skaters in the penalty from Rabbits, 1 from Ed. And look, does one of those numbers have a little sign next to it? Can a ref now shake their head if one of the penalties for jamming on the Rabbit team?
Are we timeout?
The Eggs are down 1 blocker and the Rabbits are down 2. Henderson is sitting in the penalty box. So Egg Scramblers is a great opportunity for them to make their team even greater. Especially since the Rabbits only have 2 blockers on the track. We have Banana Strip and Dan Revenge for the Rabbits on the track. Let's see if that 2 of them can hold back Egg Scramblers jammer, who is Ira Conrad. She is broken to the pass for the first time. This is now either of the 2 Rabbit skaters she passes counts first. The first one 3 and the second one 2 points was a 5-point race win for Ira Conrad. This is to increase the lead for the Egg Scramblers even more, but she still has a bit more time in this jam. She quickly passes both blockers a second time, though she did speed off the track because she had to reset herself in the pack behind the bandit. When a jammer or another skater leaves the track, they cannot re-enter the pack in a position further behind of where they were originally skating. They must return towards the back or behind the other skater they were trying to pass. That's really strong showing from the Egg Scramblers. Ira Conrad scored many points there and increased the Egg Scramblers lead to 60 versus 60 to 107. That was a lot of points in that game.
A huge non-power jam there. Ira Conrad really bringing heat. That's not a power jam. A huge jam there. Ira Conrad really bringing heat. 107 triple digit there.
Let's go, Oopsie!
One blocker in the box. If you see after that, want to give the viewers a little bit of a head, but not a huge one. Jeremy Noble takes off. A lead jammer for the Eggs who are up by over 40 points after that huge power jam. Going over up against Oopsie Daisy. Oopsie Daisy breaks away and establishes that ability to score, and once again, playing defense with offense. Getting her jammer out places pressure on the other team to call it out. In this case, Cherry felt comfortable. She's far enough away that she could score without any risk, but even just that pressure can be enough to get that jammer to call it out early. You can hold it to no points just out of fear alone.
The Eggs have 1 blocker in the penalty box, if they are down a blocker. But this jam, we have Voodoo Brawl for the Rabbits versus 2 blocker on the Egg Scramblers. Voodoo Brawl breaks out of the pack and establishes herself as lead jammer. Since Rabbits had all 4 of their blockers on the track, that means they had a bit stronger of a defense at stopping the blocker from scoring any points and allowing Voodoo Brawl to pass their blockers, the other 2 blockers, to score as many points as she possibly can. And she passes the pack a second time when she has scored her first round of points this game for Rabbit Rabbits. Since Chewbacca is a decent amount of weight behind her, she does not stop the jam. She knows she is not necessarily in trouble when she wasn't scoring any points or any points at all. That was the end of that jam. Rabbit holding up and receiving Chewbacca. Stuck into the pack, unable to pass, but this is very strong defensive showing by the Rabbit, trying to stop Egg Scramblers from making that lead any greater. And that puts our score at 68 to 114. Rabbits do have one blocker in the penalty box.
I think I saw an A there for big ass. That's an armstall. That's like what I was telling you guys earlier. It's been Rabbit. Punch somebody, elbow somebody. Got it. That a lead jammer for the Rabbits right now. This is a big deal. The Rabbits are down for now. The Bobber Bunny has an opportunity to close out that score. 1-8. Huge opportunity right now. Those have the long skate on that block. That's an excellent job of recycling, getting right back in there. In a hard fight now, and also having to launch her back because he knew as well as he did that Carrie Noble was chasing her down. And that's that defensive offense I was talking about earlier, placing the pressure on the younger portion to follow out. Ben able to score some points there, but not get the full 4 because of that pressure. And Carrie Noble coming out and forcing that foul.
So we have yet another Rabbits power jam. Voodoo Brawl with old skater on the track. And again on the track. She quickly passes all 4 of Eggie's blockers, taking over stuck in the penalty box. And as Calvin was talking about earlier, Rabbit's goal is to kind of keep the Scramblers blockers away from the ring.
Let's go, Voodoo!
Possibly can, because it will close that gap of points.
Come on, Voodoo!
See, the blockers, our practice, it's splitting up a little bit. If you don't see, when it's against the rules, you want to
Good job, Voodoo!
5 feet from another skater to be within the rules. Voodoo Brawl is able to break through the pass despite it being split up a bit. Took a tough ball there right at the end, but we are A-okay, and that was a good, that was a great showing by Voodoo Brawl, and he put the Rabbits up to 77 versus 114. The gap of points is getting even smaller. Egg does have a blocker in the penalty box for here.
Let's go, MC!
Voodoo Brawl doing a great job of getting into that 2-on-1 defense and faking out 2 blockers. So that 2 blockers got a big windup and a big hit. 2 blockers went out of the track to the other side.
Let's go, MC! She's right behind you!
Right now, big opportunity to score, but I think we've all seen it
Come on, MC!
A photo finish here. Like the Hulk again. Smashing to the floor is definitely one way to close out it. I think we got 1 point for everyone who was not to the track.
So you can see roller derby is a sport that anyone can play using wide body types on this track across our team. Some bodies lend themselves more to other positions, but that does not mean you are unable to play anything because of how you are built. We do, I didn't realize this, but we do have another Rabbit power jam. The Voodoo Brawl is the Rabbit Scammer. Neither team is
Let's go, Voodoo! Pick it up, pick it up!
As you see, Voodoo is a quick sailor. He's able to pass and juke past the Scramblers blockers with ease. Our pack is splitting up a bit. That's what that ref just called about. Our pack split up into 2. Again, skater has within 5 feet of another skater. Again, unless it is a 45-foot maximum in terms of distance. And he does that, and it's against the rules. Voodoo breaks through the pack. Establishing her as the one and only lead gainer. Now it's up to her to score as many points as she can for her team. You see, all her Scramblers are towards the front of the pack, so they want to stop Voodoo. Because the Rabbit blockers are going to clear the way for Voodoo.
That was weird.
Thanks to the good. versus Steve Rabbid for the Rabbid. Almost a full complement of blockers, except for Chief Rabbit sticking it out in the middle for the eggs. That may give the Rabbits a slight edge here. We'll see. But there comes a big Jenner for the eggs in yellow. With that one blocker in the box, that's going to be a 3-on-4 situation for these blockers. Typically, what that's going to do is just open up a little bit of space for those beginners, but offer a little bit more offensive opportunity for the Rabbits. And there it is. The Rabbits did lose their counter to that lead position, but then they held it pretty well. Technically, it is hits, pass, hits, the score. So if you're curious where on the bottom you have to pass, your hits, pass, their hits, the score. There's only hits to pass on that scoreboard.
Let's go, Barbie!
It's a full 5v5 situation. And we have Barbie fit for the Rabbit versus Golden Gutter's first jam of the night. Her first game was skating of the night.
Come on, Barbie! Yes!
And Barbie Fett takes lead jammer. You see that Golden did break through the pass, but that was the first time making the pass. Even though she's past Barbie, that does not make her lead jammer. She is technically one lap behind Barbie. But Barbie still holds the position of lead jammer, and that is the whistle for that jam. Goldie, she only successfully broke past the pass. At the end, that does not score any points for the head Scramblers. And Barbie scored.
Another clean jam, no penalties in that jam. Very impressive, everyone. They did so good at mixing me and yay! And she held up the blank penalty for it. Like Rabbid winding that blank penalty for us. Thank you. Oh, on solo, literally pushes away through the back of big sleeve jammer. Oopsie daisy says, not cool, bro. And looks the chase on solo down, literally a 30-point difference here, 115 to 85. Definitely still anybody's game beyond the fourth quarter, but we are not dead in the water yet. Oopsie Daisy did a great job of placing pressure on Han Solo and forcing that call off early.
With another clean jam there, no penalty. Looking at holding up that late white yet again. The joy on her face. We have Tucker Punch for her first time jamming tonight for the Egg Scramblers versus Voodoo Brawls of the Rabbit. Now this is an interesting matchup because this is Tucker Punch's first game tonight, which means she's a little bit higher than Voodoo as good to jam the block tonight. Is it a rough block there? Neither team has taken the lead jam position as neither of them have broken fully through the path. And this is why you have y'all sign waivers, because the stands inside outside of the path. Tucker Punch takes a lead jammer. Who is that? Is that? That does not mean. And she ends the jam to show that Rudy Brawl does not score any points. You saw that or that? And the seniors end the clean jams is over.
I love when the crowd is like, oh, we had 4 or 5 of those in that deal. I think this final quarter is everyone's fully woken up. You know, you show up to about, you're like, I don't know, I'm sick now. This fourth quarter, they are all energized. People were flying going one-on-one with the awesome defense of Solo. Gets away. Rabbid. Meanwhile, Jerry Noble is going to try and find a way out there too, but Oopsie Daisy has an opportunity to put 4 points on the board right now. Excellent turnaround defense by Carla Quesada. Turnaround is riskier than it may seem because your entire body becomes a legal hitting surface. Earlier at 20, you can't leave someone dead on the spot. So when you skate forward, it's harder to hit you, but when you turn around, it's like blow you up. Unfortunately, both skaters got all 4 points there, so it's just fun to watch, but didn't make the difference in the game. What a great game, though.
If you saw right at the end, our 2 jam racks, their hands had going up and down because each stage and carried each other were neck and neck. And they kept just stirring past each other. Practically each of them played into the position of lead jam at slightly different points. Right towards the end there, Terry Gibbs, kind of faster than UCD, took the position of lead jam and ended the jam. We have a skater from each team in the penalty box. And this is a Rabbid Power Jam.
Let's go! Let's go, Big Ash!
Big Ash skating for Rabbid in this Power Jam. She is down blocked on her own team. Her eggs are down her own jammer. This team is putting up a very strong defensive subtime.
Uh-oh, what fell?
The Big Ash estimating 75 is very good.
God, what fell? Rabbid going to stop the Scramblers blockers from inhibiting their jam rush from passing. Ready to serve many points as they can to try to score. But at the end of that 1-minute jam, we had a good combos right at the end. What was
and
that?
It looks like Big Ash scored, I think that was 8 points out of the game. 8, 7, I don't know how to count. I can't do math. But that was no penalty over. Surprisingly, a clean jam. Miss Nina, you're proud about that pass.
I just realized the incredibly great placement of that fan in the danger zone. That's the wildest place. Ready to come out of the hot corner there. Everyone fights it out. Excellent defense there in that last game. Anaconda sticking to the edge. Second really together after a hard point. Oopsie Daisy almost takes it immediately after the butt. Excellent hit at the last second. That would be a very strategic move in defensive reliability. Go to let that jammer build up at offense. Oh, I'm going to sail on through here. And at the last second, you hook them with your hips and they just barely go out. And they're stuck coming all the way back. And we've got a, that was, not really not it's definitely a slick move. Especially if you're down a point to try and just kind of tire out that jammer. The tire jammer is a jammer that is not going to score. Anaconda kept that lead in position, putting points on the board, and comes to end.
Let's go, mother!
Yeah, official time out. 5.
It's like your mother's entire family.
We literally, okay. Oh, Mick doesn't see me. Oh my god.
We have Oopsie Daisy for the Rabbid versus Young Mother and the Scramblers. And Oopsie Daisy takes position of lead jammer. The Rabbid blockers holding back a little bit, trying to stop Young Mother from breaking through, but she is successfully breaks out of their path. Now any blocker, even jam passes, scores a point. The first skater they pass though counts as 2 points, because they each have a blocker in the penalty box.
Let's go, mother!
Both teams use that to total down. Young Mother passing Oopsie Daisy, but Oopsie Daisy called off the jam.
she noticed at least that your mother was moving past her.
Awesome journey by your mother there. I'm just going to point out a little strategy note. If you knock someone to the ground and then you go out, you don't need to come back in behind them. You probably could have gotten lead jammer there by just popping right back in because they went down. You don't need to come in behind them at all. All right, your mother takes a penalty, meaning only Voodoo Brawl can score in this gym. It's a Rabbid foul! We've got the 50 for the Rabbits right now. They're taking it down 30 points, but Voodoo Brawl 15. All of that being a one-minute jam. As I told you, it is possible. Very difficult to get 30 points in the gym. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But Voodoo Brawl is a very experienced jammer, knows this track very well, and it's in a power jam situation. So far, the A's are really doing this well. They're playing great pass discipline. Remember I told you they got that 5-foot situation? And they're doing a pretty good job of keeping things contained. However, at the same time, the Rabbits are doing a great job of grabbing a goat. A goat is when you play that half against the set. You grab one skater, in this case on solo, and you just hold them back, hold them back, hold them back. So holding them back, you establish where the pack is, that 5-foot zone in the back, right there, in the back. None of the skaters can run away anymore. You've got at most 20 people they can run up to before they start getting into a penalty territory there. And that's exactly what the Rabbits did. Help them score some more points in that power jam. Every team now is in triple-digit territory. Excellent job by the Rabbits. I believe it was 10 huge points scored in that power.
Oh my God.
Taking it 128 to 108.
We are in an official team out at the moment. It looks like this is a Rabbits time out. So you think there's a second something? And a
Love
third?
it.
Ooh, it looks like a little glitchy piece with a forward over there. It's a few technical difficulties. Wrong. Unexpected.
Let's go, Iris!
We have Poison Iris versus T-Rex as our jammers. Rabbits have 3 blockers, Egg have 2, and Poison Iris takes each of lead jammer. Again, this is Iris' first ever game tonight, so she is doing a nice job. This is her first time on the track in an official capacity. Since there are only 2 blockers and 1 jammer for the Scramblers, the first 2 blockers, both blockers that Iris actually count as 2 points each on the ground as well. Iris paused the jam early to stop T-Rex from scoring points because they want to close that gap as quickly as they can. Our score is 111 to 128. It is any one game.
Voodoo Brawl versus Cherry Noble. And remember, after these last 2 jams are over, we are going to have an after party right here. These skaters are amazing human beings. It takes a lot to level up your skating to a level where you can do full contact rollerboarding. You have an opportunity to meet them behind a beer after this game is over with this after party right here at Largo Event Center. It was 128 to 111, but Voodoo Brawl could change that right now with lead jammer for the Rabbits. Exactly what they need. Goes one-on-one with Buttercup. Gone gets those 4 points.
Colin didn't necessarily notice this, but Cherry did pass her star off to 2 blocker. So once 2 blocker put that star on her, that made her lead jammer. But she was able to break out of the pack, but she was unable to catch up and take over as lead jammer. 4 points for the Rabbits that game. So we're at 115 to 128. Versus Young Mother. Again, this is Young Mother's first ever game tonight. This is taking the position of lead jammer. Young Mother is right on her tail. Both teams have all 4 blockers on the track. So this is another game where we have a very offensive defensive goal by all the blockers. In a bit of a kerfuffle, Yamada did take the lead from Lead Jammer for just a moment, but she fell off the back, allowing Juicy Baby to take back over as Lead Jammer. Uchi and Jam swinging a little bit of points and stopping from Yamada of widening that gap of points.
We're seeing some huge jams here as we start to close on this game. That getting some time from that whiteboard mostly. It's so
If you guys take a look at our scoreboard, Rabbid 119, Egg Scramblers at 130. That is an 11.
No one looks particularly excited that this is coming.
So, Cal, I have a question. How when is a game in a game officially over? Is there a certain rule about penalties that means a game is or is not over?
You know what Strawberry said? I incorrectly called Strawberry Jam multiple times, so that's a great question. And the answer is you cannot win G-Rex saying it's smart there, and that, so I want to be clear, that's a great question. That is exactly what you want to do if you're going to try to win this game, is try and call it off quickly. You can't win with a dirty game. By that I mean, if you're the winning team, and you have any penalties at all, you are better getting that penalties from that other team, the team that's about to lose, but otherwise, you can't win the game. Why? Because you serve the penalties in the next game. So there's way too much incentive to skate like a maniac in the final game and give it all the penalties and not worry about it at all. You can't win with a dirty gym. We are closing in quickly on that team.
Alright. So this might be our last jam of the night. We have Voodoo Draw versus Eric Honda, and Voodoo takes the position of lead jammer in the possible last jam of the evening. Eric Honda overtaking her and becoming lead jammer with the end of the game to ensure that the team does not score any penalties to hopefully end the game here. We have an unofficial final score of 119 to 130. That is the end of the game.
The penalty board is blank. That was the Hoops and Hollers you heard from the edge there. It's because they managed to straight a clean jam. They're later in the danger zone. When Voodoo Draw grabs lead jammer, typically that's the situation where you're going to get into trouble because now you're going to fight hard to get lead jammer back to play defense and not outfight. Someone's probably going to get a penalty and it's going to usually put themselves into overtime. But Eric Honda was able to save the jammer, and that brings our game to a close. Stick around for the after party. Yeah, you guys are